Your conversation ends, but your mind doesn't. You replay one sentence like it's evidence in a trial. You scan their face for hidden meaning. You wonder if you sounded awkward, if you talked too much, if you should have said something smarter. And the worst part is this: nobody else is thinking about it anymore, except you. That is social anxiety, not fear of people, fear of judgment, fear of being exposed, fear that one wrong moment will define you. The Stoics had a name for this kind of suffering: living under a false authority. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we are disturbed not by events, but by the views we take of them. In other words, the conversation didn't hurt you. Your interpretation did. Your mind turned a normal exchange into a courtroom, and you became the defendant. Most people are trapped in their concerns. You're rarely under a spotlight. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality, and social anxiety is exactly that: pain produced by imagined verdicts. By the end of this video, you'll have a Stoic framework to stop overthinking interactions, how to quiet the mental replay, speak without begging for approval, and walk away without carrying it for hours. Let's begin with the first principle. 1. Separate the impression from the story. Epictetus taught that the first thing we experience is an impression, an automatic feeling. Then we add a story. They didn't like me. I sounded stupid. I ruined it. The trick is to catch the story in the act. Instead of "they judged me," say, "My mind is guessing." Instead of "I embarrassed myself," say, "I felt tension." This sounds small, but you reclaim control. You can't stop the first wave, but you can refuse the second. Example: you tell a joke. They don't laugh. Your brain screams, "I'm cringe." A Stoic response is quieter. That didn't land. One is a verdict, the other is data. 1. Move the goal from approval to clarity. Socrates wasn't steady because the crowds were kind. He was steady because his mission was truth, not applause. Overthinking happens when your goal is to be liked. Confidence grows when your goal is clear. Before you speak, choose a simple aim. Be honest. Be helpful. Be concise. When you aim for clarity, you stop performing. And when you stop performing, your body settles. Example: in a meeting, you feel pressure to sound impressive. Abraham Lincoln trained himself to make ideas plain. Plain words create trust, and trust reduces the need to prove yourself. Action step for today. After your next conversation, write 2 lines. Line 1, the raw fact. They pause before answering. Line 2, the story you invented. They must hate me. Then cross out the story and replace it with one neutral option. They were thinking. The silence hits, and your brain panics. You answered. They didn't respond instantly. Your mind starts writing a horror script. I said something wrong. They're judging me. I'm failing. This is where anxiety steals your power, inside the pause. Marcus Aurelius trained for this exact moment. He didn't ask for a life without discomfort. He asked for a mind that could stay steady while discomfort existed. So here's the next layer of Stoic control. 3. Treat silence like a tool, not a threat. Epictetus said we don't control what appears to us, but we do control what we consent to. Silence is an appearance. Your interpretation is consent. When there's a pause, don't fill it with nervous words. Let the pause do its job. People pause to think, to feel, to choose words. Only the anxious assume every pause is rejection. Real-life example. You're talking to someone you like. They look away for a second. Your mind says, they're bored. A Stoic response says, they're human. Stay in your body. Keep your breathing slow. Continue when it makes sense, not when panic demands it. Action step. In your next conversation, practice a 2-second pause before replying. Count it in your head. You will feel tension. Hold it anyway. That is training. 4. Stop mind reading. Start observing. Overthinking is often disguised as intuition, but most of it is guesswork dressed in certainty. Seneca warned that imagination can become its own prison. The exit is observation. Instead of, they think I'm awkward, ask, what did I actually see? A neutral face is not a negative verdict. A short reply is not hatred. Your brain is filling gaps with fear. Socrates used questions to cut through illusion. Use his method on your own thoughts. What evidence proves this? What else could be true? If my friend thought this, what would I tell him? That last question is powerful because it removes the inner bully. It turns you into a fair judge instead of a harsh prosecutor. 5. Replace performance with purpose. Anxiety makes you act like you're on stage. Stoicism puts you back in your role, a person speaking with intention. Napoleon Bonaparte was known for a controlled presence, not because he felt relaxed, but because he stayed focused on the mission. Before you enter an interaction, choose one purpose. Connect, learn, clarify, or contribute. Then measure success by purpose, not by reactions. Example: at a party, your goal isn't to be impressive. Your purpose might be, ask 2 genuine questions. When you complete that, you've won, even if your hands shook. Emotional insight. You're not afraid of people. You're afraid of a version of yourself that gets rejected. Stoicism teaches you to stop bargaining with acceptance and start building character. Character is yours. Approval is not. After the conversation ends, the real battle begins. You walk away, and the replay starts. You examine your tone, your wording, your facial expressions. You hunt for mistakes like you're trying to prevent a future disaster. And the more you replay, the more your brain learns one message: social situations are dangerous. Stoicism breaks that training cycle. Marcus Aurelius wrote as if he were coaching himself every night, not to punish himself, to return to reality. So the final part is about closing the loop, ending clean, and building inner certainty over time. 6. Don't review like a critic, review like a trainer. There's a difference between reflection and rumination. Rumination is an emotional self-attack. Reflection is skill building. After any interaction, give yourself a 3-line debrief. 1. What went well? One thing. 2. What can I improve? One thing. 3. What will I do next time? One action. Then stop. Seneca warned that an obsession with faults becomes another form of slavery. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is progress. Example: you interrupted someone. Instead of, I'm embarrassed, your trainer debrief is, I'll pause 1 second before speaking next time. That's growth, no shame needed. 7. Let awkward moments pass without grabbing them. Social anxiety grabs tiny moments and treats them like permanent identity. A stumble, a missed joke, a weird pause. Your mind locks onto it and says, this is who I am. Epictetus would call that a false conclusion. A moment is not a self, it's a moment. So here's the trick. When something feels awkward, label it and release it. Say internally, awkwardness is here, not I am awkward. That single shift separates experience from identity. Real-life example. You say goodbye and it feels clumsy. Your old pattern is to replay it for hours. Your Stoic pattern is to breathe once and move on. The world keeps turning. Nobody is keeping score. Emotional insight. You are not broken. You are sensitive, aware, and trying to be safe. But safety can become a cage if it controls your behavior. Stoicism doesn't shame you for anxiety, it trains you out of it. Marcus Aurelius practiced negative visualization, imagining small setbacks before they happened so he wouldn't be shocked by them. Use this gently. Before a social situation, imagine one minor imperfection, a pause, a forgotten word, a moment of silence. Then tell yourself, even if that happens, I will stay composed. This teaches your nervous system that mistakes are survivable. Over time, fear loses its grip because the worst-case scenario becomes ordinary. Start one small conversation: cashier, coworker, neighbor. Keep it short, then do the 3-line debrief and move on. No reply, no punishment. Confidence isn't loud, it's stable. It's the quiet ability to stay present, speak with purpose, and leave without carrying the room on your back. Write this in the comments. I don't chase approval, I practice presence. Say it once, then live it.